Welcome to Archicraft, a bit of architect, your go-to podcast for modern software and solution architecture, enterprise strategies, and AI-powered engineering. Each episode is AI narrated, based on the original blog content by Dmytro Golodiuk at dmango.com.
You're listening to the 5th episode of the podcast. This episode is titled My Personal List of Everyday Apps for Regular Folks in 2025. In this episode, we'll discover my favorite apps for everyday life. From productivity to entertainment, we'll explore how these tools make my daily routines smoother and more enjoyable. Let's get started.
You know that feeling, right? Your phone's buzzing again with some must-have app, or maybe your desktop just looks like, well, icon chaos. We're all kind of searching for those tools that actually make life simpler, the ones that cut through the noise instead of just adding more. But finding them, that's the tricky part. So imagine having a guide, someone who's already done the hard work of sorting through all that digital stuff. Today, we're doing a deep dive into Dmytro Golodiuk's personal collection. He calls them everyday apps for regular folks. It's basically his hand-picked digital toolkit for 2025, and we get to look inside his, pretty organized digital life.
Yeah, and what's cool here is that it's not about super complex professional software nobody's heard of.
Yeah.
This is all about practical apps, things designed to make your day smoother, maybe more organized, or even just a bit more fun. We're going to look at why each app made the cut for him. What problem does it actually solve?
Right. So our mission for you listening in is pretty clear. Maybe discover some new apps, get some fresh ideas on how these tools could, help your daily routine. And who knows, maybe get inspired to try a few yourself. Ready to explore Dmytro's digital world?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're kicking things off with something that's becoming, pretty essential for Dmytro, AI. Using it as a kind of versatile daily helper.
Exactly. For him, Google Gemini, ChatGPT, and Perplexity aren't just, tech buzzwords. They're his actual go-to AI buddies. He uses them for a whole range of things, each with a sort of specific job. Like Gemini, that's his first stop for quick answers, maybe fact-checking something mid-conversation or getting a fast summary of an article.
Okay, so like an instant fact-checker.
Pretty much.
Uh-huh.
Then when he needs a creative push, maybe brainstorming a title or outlining something, he'll fire up ChatGPT. And for the deeper stuff, when he really needs to understand something complex without drowning in search results, Perplexity is his choice there.
That makes it really practical, doesn't it? It's less about the hype and more about having these specialized assistants ready for specific everyday tasks, like having an expert on call for whatever you need, quick question or deep research.
Precisely. So moving into his digital library, how he handles books, magazines, podcasts. For reading, Apple Books is his main reader on his iPad. That's where his digital books live. But the real engine behind it is Calibre. It's not just for organizing. He really uses its conversion features.
Ah, conversion. So he can read any ebook format.
Basically, yeah. It makes sure whatever he gets, it'll work seamlessly on his iPad. It's kind of how he future-proofs his library.
Smart. And for the social side of reading?
That's where Goodreads comes in. It's his hub for tracking what he's reading, writing reviews, and importantly, finding new books through friends and the community. Keeps the to-read list fresh.
Yeah, Goodreads is great for discovery.
Definitely. But sometimes, a full book is just too much commitment time-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So he uses Headway.
Headway. That's the book summary one, right?
Exactly. Daily summaries, just the key insights. Perfect for getting the gist of something new without the hours of reading.
I can see the appeal. Quick knowledge boosts.
Mm-hmm. Then for audio, Prologue is his app for audiobooks. Gives him access to his whole collection. And Apple Podcast is a daily thing for him. Commuting, working out, whatever. It's part of his routine for talks and stories.
A staple, really, like many of us.
Right. And to broaden things out, he uses McKinsey Insights. That's for deeper business content, analytics, trends, expert takes. And Feedly pulls together news from his favorite sources, filtering out the noise. So he stays updated, but not overwhelmed.
What's really neat is how this all connects, isn't it? Like you could find a book on Goodreads,
read it on Apple Books,
then maybe listen to a related podcast or grab a Headway summary.
Exactly. It's this whole ecosystem. It feeds his curiosity, lets him learn in different ways depending on the moment.
Very cool. Okay, so let's shift gears. Let's talk about the digital workspace. Documents, text, that sort of thing.
Yep.
His everyday tools here are the Apple Suite, Pages, Numbers, Keynote. He likes them because they're clean, intuitive, good for writing, basic spreadsheets, presentations, without getting bogged down.
Simple and effective. And when PDFs are involved, Nitro PDF Pro is his choice. He calls it his digital multi-tool for PDFs.
Multi-tool, meaning.
Editing text, adding notes, organizing pages, filling forms, pretty much anything you'd need to do with a PDF beyond just reading it.
Gotcha. And for writing itself, like creative stuff or longer pieces?
He uses IA Writer. Describes it as his digital moleskin. Very minimal, distraction-free, great for Markdown.
Markdown. Lots of writers love that.
Yep. And for longer projects, articles, maybe storytelling, he uses Ulysses, another Markdown editor, but known for being really good for organizing bigger projects.
Okay, so 2 dedicated writing tools.
And then he gets into what he calls his command line gems. Now, don't let command lines scare you off. He uses these for everyday stuff.
Okay, like what? Give us an example.
All right, so BAT. It makes reading code or even just text files easier by adding color syntax highlighting. Makes it clearer.
Ah, I see. Easier on the eyes.
Totally. Then SEX gives him a better view of his files than the standard listing. More detail, easier to find things. SEF is like a super fast search for files. If something's buried deep, FD finds it in seconds.
Okay, that sounds genuinely useful for anyone.
It really is. And SEF is for finding files when you only remember part of the name. It's a fuzzy search. Super quick.
Wow, okay, so these aren't just for coders then.
Not the way he uses them. Oh, an EXIF tool. That's for looking at the hidden data in files like photo details.
So this whole section really shows how you can build a smooth workflow for text and files, even using some slightly more technical-sounding tools in a practical way.
Exactly. Making digital life easier. All right, next up. Education. Dmytro basically carries a classroom around with him. Quizlet's a big one.
Flashcards.
Yep. Digital flashcards. Great for languages, technical terms, prepping for quizzes. Different study modes make it less boring.
Makes sense. What else?
This one's interesting. ELSA Speak. It uses AI to help with English pronunciation.
Oh, wow. How does that work?
He says it feels like having a really patient tutor. It listens, gives instant feedback on your spoken English, helps you fine-tune things without feeling judged.
That sounds incredibly useful, actually, especially for non-native speakers.
For sure. And for more formal learning, Coursera is his platform. Courses from top universities, technical certifications, professional skills. It's all there.
So high-quality, structured learning.
The whole point here is how he uses these apps to turn downtime into learning time. Keeps the brain sharp, always growing.
Turning dead time into growth time. I like that. Okay, entertainment. How does he manage movies, music, and maybe getting out?
His core setup for personal media is Plex. It's his own media server.
Right, so he loads his own movies, shows, music onto it.
Exactly. And Plex organizes it all beautifully, makes it streamable anywhere, on any device, like his personal Netflix.
Very cool. His own private streaming service.
Pretty much. And then, of course, he uses the usual suspects, too. Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Apple TV, for the content they offer.
A mix of personal and subscription makes sense.
Yeah. And for getting out into the real world, Ticketmaster and Eventbrite are key.
Ah, for finding and buying tickets. Concerts, theater.
Yep. Makes it super easy to discover what's happening and grab tickets. Keeps them connected to live events.
Important for balancing the digital life.
Definitely. And speaking of balance, Meetup is another one he uses.
Meetup for finding local groups and events.
Exactly. Hobby groups, professional networking, just meeting people with similar interests helps them step outside the digital bubble, you know?
Yeah, connect in the real world. So this whole section shows that blend, organizing his digital stuff, but also actively engaging with live events and communities, finding that sweet spot.
That's a good way to put it. The sweet spot between online and offline. Okay, finance. This is where practicality is really front and center for Dmytro. Y&A, you need a budget, is his absolute foundation.
Heard of Y&A. It's quite disciplined, isn't it?
Very. The core idea is give every euro a job. It forces you to be intentional about spending. He finds it gives him amazing control and peace of mind.
You can imagine knowing exactly where your money's going.
Right. But he's also trying out Spear. It's a free app.
Spear? How's that different?
It connects to his accounts and automatically categorizes spending. Less manual setup than Y&A. gives him quick insights into spending habits, shows him trends.
So Y&A for planning, Spear for tracking and spotting trends.
Sort of, yeah. Y&A is the detailed budget. Spear is more about understanding where the money actually went afterwards.
Yeah.
User-friendly way to see patterns.
So that dual approach gives you both the detailed control and the quick overview. Helps you feel confident about your finances.
Exactly. Confidence and clarity.
All right, let's move into the visual side. Graphics, design, photo, video. How does creativity meet organization here?
Well, his photo workflow starts with Apple Photos. That's the default hub, quick edits, viewing.
Standard Apple stuff.
Right. Then it's backed up to Google Photos cloud redundancy,
Good idea. Belt and braces.
And then, for serious organization and long-term storage, he uses Synology Photos. This syncs everything to his NAS.
His NAS is network-attached storage, his personal cloud at home.
Precisely. Super secure under his control.
And we mentioned EXIF tool before.
Yep, back again. Essential for him when he needs to dig into photo metadata. Dates, camera settings, location, whatever.
Right, the details behind the picture.
And for video, FFmpeg is his power tool. It's command line, but incredibly versatile for converting formats, basic edits, manipulating video files.
Okay, maybe a bit more advanced, but powerful.
Definitely. Oh, and Keycaster. He uses that to show his keystrokes on screen.
For making tutorials or demos so people can see exactly what he's typing.
Yeah. Exactly. Super useful for that. So yeah, it's a whole system for managing, editing, and showing off his photos and videos, keeping those memories safe and accessible.
A well-thought-out visual ecosystem.
Okay, crucial topic. Information security. Building that digital fortress, his main password manager is Apple Passwords.
Just the built-in Apple one.
Yeah. He likes the seamless integration across his devices. Simple, secure, convenient for him.
Makes sense if you're deep in the Apple ecosystem. What about VPNs?
He uses ClearVPN. He specifically mentioned its design makes using a VPN really simple, good for security online, and also for accessing, region-locked content sometimes.
Easy to use security. Always a plus.
And then there's Tailscale. This one's pretty clever. It's a zero configuration VPN.
Zero config, meaning?
Super easy setup. It basically creates a secure, private network just between his own devices, laptop, home computer, phone, whatever.
So not for general web browsing, but for connecting his own stuff securely.
Exactly. Makes it effortless to access files on his home computer when he's out, or stream media between devices, all securely. Great for personal use or even development work.
That seems really useful. So the whole approach is about blending ease of use with strong protection, keeping things safe without making it a huge hassle.
That's the goal. Usable security.
Okay, music. The soundtrack to life. What's Dmytro listening on?
Apple Music is the main player here, curating playlists, discovering new stuff in their catalog.
Standard choice for many.
Yep. But he also uses YouTube Music.
For variety. Or discovery.
Both, really. Its library is vast, official tracks, covers, remixes, live versions you won't find elsewhere. Great for finding unexpected things.
Right, the depth of YouTube's library is huge.
And Plex pops up again. He uses it for his personal music collection, too. Organizes and streams the music he actually owns.
So Apple Music for streaming, YouTube for discovery, Plex for his own library. Covers all bases.
Pretty much. And don't forget Ticketmaster connecting back to live music. Seeing artists he discovers digitally, but in the real world.
Right, closing the loop. Ensures music is more than just background noise. It's an active part of life.
Exactly. Inspiring and accessible.
All right, buckle up for the big one. Productivity tools. Dmytro's daily efficiency powerhouse. Where do we start? Scheduling.
Starts with Apple Calendar, naturally. Yeah. But for really important stuff he can't miss, he uses In Your Face.
In Your Face. Sounds intense.
It kind of is. Full screen notifications, impossible to ignore. For those absolute must-remember deadlines or appointments.
Okay, I can see the need for that sometimes. File storage. You mentioned his NAS, but what about cloud?
He uses a mix. Apple iCloud Drive, Google Backup and Sync, Microsoft OneDrive, and the Synology Drive client for syncing with his NAS.
Wow, that's quite a few. How does he manage that?
He tends to segment things like maybe personal stuff on iCloud, work files on OneDrive, backups on Google, core archive on the NAS. Gives him redundancy and access across platforms.
Smart segmentation. Okay, basic info management.
Apple Contacts for people, obviously. And Apple Notes is huge for him. Quick thoughts, lists, ideas, simple, integrated, always there.
Notes is surprisingly powerful. And tasks.
Apple Reminders for keeping track of to-dos. Feedly, again, for staying informed, pulling in blogs and news. And then the big one for organizing projects in knowledge, Notion.
Notion. That's his all-in-one workspace.
Pretty much. Projects, goals, travel plans, notes, databases. He uses it extensively as a kind of central knowledge hub.
Very versatile. Browsing, translation, downloads.
Safari is his main browser. He likes the speed and privacy focus. Mate Translate for handling language barriers smoothly, and Downy for grabbing videos off the web easily.
Okay, a solid set of tools there.
And one more he specifically highlighted, SitUp.
SitUp, what's that?
He called it his application of the year. It's a subscription service for Mac apps. You pay one monthly fee, and you get access to a whole curated collection of premium apps.
Oh, like Netflix for apps.
Kinda, yeah. Covers productivity, creativity, utilities. He finds it super cost-effective and a great way to discover high-quality tools without buying them all individually.
That does sound like a game changer for discovering and affording good software. So this whole section is really about fine-tuning every part of the day. Scheduling, files, notes, tasks, knowledge.
Exactly. Streamlining everything for maximum efficiency. All right, let's talk connections. Social networking and collaboration. Dmytro's digital hub for interacting with others.
Communication first. Messaging.
Apple Messages is primary. WhatsApp for connecting with folks outside the Apple world. Telegram is interesting. He uses it for messaging and for following specific news channels.
Right. Telegram's channels are quite popular. Video calls.
FaceTime is his go-to for quality calls within the Apple ecosystem.
Okay. And for work collaboration.
Microsoft Teams. That's the standard for his professional life. Chat, calls, file sharing, meetings, all in one place.
The corporate standard for many.
And we circle back to Eventbrite and Meetup. Crucial for finding those local or virtual gatherings, networking, staying connected beyond just direct messaging.
Right, broadening the social interaction.
He also mentioned a couple of specialized tools. Truecaller.
Ah, for identifying spam calls.
Exactly. Saves a lot of annoyance. And Level.fi.
Level.fi, what's that for?
It provides insights into career path, salaries, levels, particularly in the tech industry, helps him understand growth opportunities and navigate his career.
Interesting. So niche but valuable for professional context. This whole set of apps really helps you stay connected, informed, and engaged, both personally and professionally.
That's the idea, covering all angles of connection.
Yeah.
Okay, last category, system utilities. The digital maintenance crew keeping everything running smoothly. Email.
How does he handle email?
For personal stuff, Apple Mail. He likes its features like clean inbox and mail privacy protection, plus scheduling emails. For work, it's Microsoft Outlook.
Standard split between personal and work. Makes sense.
Now here's an app he really emphasized, Raycast. He called it his application of the year 2024.
Raycast, what does it do? Sounds exciting.
It's like a supercharged command center for his Mac. Instead of clicking around, he uses keyboard shortcuts to launch apps, run commands, search files, manage tasks, snippets, tons of stuff.
So a keyboard-driven productivity booster.
Massively so. He says it's incredibly fast, customizable, and makes him feel way more efficient on his Mac, like having a digital co-pilot.
Wow, okay, that sounds powerful. Calculators, seems basic, but any specifics?
On his Mac, he prefers Numi. It's a text-based calculator. You can type things like $10 plus €5 in pounds, and it just figures it out. Simple but powerful for conversions, too.
Neat. And on iPad.
The standard Apple calculator, especially now with its new Math Note feature, you can literally write equations with an Apple Pencil, and it solves them.
Oh, cool, like writing on paper, but it calculates.
Exactly. For keeping his devices clean, he uses MacPaw, Clean My Mac X, and Clean My Phone. Just helps clear out junk, optimize performance.
General maintenance tool.
Yep. And a couple more enhancers. Hyperkey, which lets him remap a key, like caps lock, to act as a modifier for tons of custom shortcuts. Boost keyboard productivity, and Ice, which helps tidy up the Mac menu bar, hiding icons he doesn't need to see all the time, makes it look cleaner.
Menu bar clutter, I know that pain. And Keycaster again, for showing keystrokes and tutorials.
Right, so this whole section is about optimization, making sure the devices work for him efficiently, plus finding those little gems that really smooth out the daily workflow.
Enhancing the machine itself, love it. Okay, one final specific area, travel.
Yeah, for travel planning, his absolute go-to is Tripsy.
Tripsy, tell me more.
It's his central hub for any trip. It pulls together itineraries, flight details, hotel bookings, reservations, notes, documents, everything related to a trip, all in one place.
Oh, so instead of digging through emails for confirmation numbers?
Exactly. It's all organized chronologically in Tripsy. He can share plans easily, store documents offline, get flight updates. It just simplifies everything.
That sounds amazing. Has it replaced other tools for him?
Completely. He said it replaced a whole mess of emails, notes, and printouts. It makes planning and the trip itself much smoother and more enjoyable.
Effortless travel planning. We could all use that, and
Yeah.
wow. There we have it. That was quite the tour through Dmytro Golodiuk's digital toolkit. It's really clear these aren't just random apps. They're carefully chosen enablers, right? Tools that genuinely streamline his life, boost productivity, and keep him curious.
Absolutely. And for you listening, you've definitely got a shortcut now. A well-informed look at real-world digital solutions that actually work for someone day to day. A great example of how curating your digital space can lead to a more organized, maybe even enriched life.
Yeah, this deep dive really drove home how a thoughtful approach to the apps we use can genuinely transform daily life. It's not just about having apps, but having the right ones used well. But, it also brings up a final thought, maybe a question for you to ponder. As things like AI and automation keep evolving, and as your own life changes, how might your everyday app toolkit look different in a year or two? What new digital companions will you consciously choose to bring into your life? Not just to add more icons, but to truly enhance how you live and work. Something to think about.
Thanks for tuning in to Archicraft. This episode was generated using AI from Dmytro Golodiuk's blog at demongo.com/news. If you enjoyed this episode, follow the show on your favorite platform and share it with fellow architects and engineers. Until next time, build smart, architect with intent.